We're the Wests. We're the Wests.
Keenan, Johnny, Kai, Kelsey, Cohen. Keenan, Johnny, Kai, Kelsey, Cohen. And we're reclaiming our identity.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our channel, Reclaiming Our Identity with the West family. Today, we are going to be talking about our 10 likes from our trip to Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. They will not necessarily be in order. This will just be the 10 things that we like the most about Tanzania, about Dar es Salaam. And our first like we'll talk about is the fresh fruit, which was in abundance. You could find fresh fruit literally every single place you went. And because we are vegan, because we eat a plant-based diet, being able to find fresh fruits and fresh vegetables everywhere was a huge plus.
Mm-hmm. And I don't know, I think particularly just us, our preference is to eat a lot of fruit. I'm sure there are a lot of people who are on a plant-based diet and they may not eat fruit as much as we, but it's something we are intentional about eating fresh fruit daily, and I like for the children to especially have it every morning. So yes, it was huge. It was naturally grown, it was fresh, not...
Everything was organic, so you didn't have the pesticides and stuff.
Not genetically modified.
And that's what made it crazy, because they weren't genetically modified, but the mangoes and the avocados were huge.
Yes, we have pictures that we'll have to share. I think I told my family that the avocados were the size of cantaloupes, and the mangoes too are really and so sweet and juicy. And then now there's some differences with the fruit as well. The bananas, they had
the small bananas.
Of course, in the States, we typically just see your average size banana, but they grow a smaller banana, and they also offer the average longer banana. And we were told that, of course, the smaller bananas are sweeter. You can get those in little bunches, and it was easy because we grabbed a couple of those, and our 4-year-old son would ask for 1 or 2 a day as a snack. So having that, and then the variety that was available, passion fruit, oranges, you had green oranges, oranges, yes. Green apples, of course, red apples, you had pineapple, oh my goodness, the fresh pineapple, guava, papaya,
just everything,
watermelon. And so with the fruit being so easily accessible, readily available, plentiful, all of those things mean the same thing. I know, I'm sorry. And growing everywhere, fresh fruit was not expensive. Fresh fruit juice rather was not expensive. So if you go to a natural food store or a restaurant in the States, you're gonna spend more money to get fresh pressed juice. Arden's Garden, all of these different places that specialize in cold pressed fresh juices, because of all the nutrients in them, charge a lot. But because fruit is everywhere, it's just a thing for them. They pick it off a tree, and all of the restaurants you could hear them blending all the time.
Literally, it wasn't like sometimes in the States, and like in the States where you get a smoothie or a juice or whatever, and they may put some kind of powder and some ice and stuff in there. Whatever. This was straight fresh juice. And the thing is, in a lot of the homes they had, and in one of our other videos, we talk where I am visiting Bupe's mother's house, and she had mango trees and guava trees in her yard. And so just imagine, not only do you have fresh fruit literally at the market or at literally every corner. So when we came out of our Airbnb, the condo we were staying in, you can come downstairs, and I would walk out, and literally there are, 10, 20 little stands selling, different fruits. Or
you're driving along the road, and women come by you with the baskets on their head with various fruit, or a bicycle rides by you with fruits and bags, baskets and bags hanging from their bicycles with lots of fruit on them as they move around the city to sell. So you could be in the car, oh, I want a banana. Don't worry, somebody's coming by while you're stopped at a light or stopped in traffic, and you can probably buy something from someone right there in the car, and get some fresh fruit. So that was really nice.
Yeah, so fresh fruit. And like I said, being that we eat a plant-based diet, being able to get fresh fruits and vegetables, at any time, and it's inexpensive, is awesome. Our second like about Tanzania is that there is outside seating at every restaurant. Yeah. And so what's interesting is that we went during COVID, and so being that we have not been able to, we haven't eaten inside of a restaurant, basically all year. Yeah. And being able to go to Tanzania, and because they had outside seating everywhere, you can still, social distance
and eat out, and not have to take it home or order for delivery. And it was a plus for me because I like outside dining anyway. It's just one of my favorite things. I know when my husband and I were dating, whenever we would go or make reservations or go to a restaurant or what have you, and they ask you, do you want to do outside dining? I'd always look at him like, yeah, can we? Because I want to eat outside. I just like to be out in the fresh air, especially in the evening. You can see the lights of the city. It's just nice. I like outside eating. So to have that available because the climate is so warm, it's just a normal thing for them to have seats and chairs available outside, seats and tables. Yeah. Outside. So have a breeze going through. It's nice.
So number 2, outside seating everywhere. Number 3 was the OneStop Shop market at the Kariakoo Market in downtown Dar Es Salaam. Now, this is a market that we were told takes up several city blocks.
I read 10.
10 city blocks. And we went on a Sunday. Was it Sunday? Mm-hmm. And we went on a Sunday, and it was busy then.
What we would consider busy.
Well, we would consider busy. But who do we go? We went with Bupe.
And she said, this isn't busy. This isn't, no, because of Sunday observance, a lot of people stay home, worship, family day. They don't do a lot of shopping on Sunday. So she said it was considered a quiet day typically, but it was pretty bit of a hustle bustle when we were there. We had to move out of the way for cars coming through and what have you, but she said this is nothing.
And if you look at videos on YouTube videos about Kariakoo Market
on other days,
it is just crazy, but it's crazy. But you can, you can find anything that you are looking. Now, first of all, going back to the fruit, they had, the fresh fruit was just, they had a market that was, it was probably the, size of a.
Think of your best farmer's market that you have ever been to in the States, and then multiply it times 10.
Yes. Meaning probably the size, A, and then B, the offerings what they have. It was
fresh spices and herbs in huge bags. You would see coriander and turmeric and ginger and thyme and rosemary and basil and sage and just everything, and you can just buy it in bulk. They scoop it and measure it for you. We saw that the girls were grossed out because they had anchovies, the little fish. They had those. Mm-hmm. They even had an area, and there were like different areas of the market, where the poultry and the meat were, and they had butchers there. You had chicken in cages.
You get your fresh chicken. So if that's what you needed,
right there.
So, I want that one right there. I want that chicken right there.
Mm-hmm. So you would move from that part of the market to the fruit and vegetable area, to the herbs and spices, to
cashews, nuts and stuff.
Yes. Even the nuts, humongous. The size of the cashews.
There. And those things were
get a bag
delicious. A bag
of cashews was about $2.
No, it was more than that. The bag was about this big. And I think it was about $8.
I have it, I'll go keep talking.
I think it was about $8.
Oh yeah, I think she said
it was $8, $7 or $8 per bag, but it was equivalent to basically probably about it was several pounds in what we would consider several pounds.
I just want
And-
to cashews with that.
So you had this
And they're very
I mean,
eco-friendly. They don't do plastic there. So this is a recyclable bag. I want to show you just what the whole cashews. See that? Whole cashews. And these were salted and roasted.
salted,
and then
yeah.
I also
And they
got a
had the
bag of
raw.
raw.
but those things were good. But the price, I mean, like $8 for a bag.
This
that
whole
would,
thing was full to the top and sealed like that. And that
and
was
it was wider.
A
I
little
mean,
over
yeah.
$7. Totally.
Right. But that amount of cashews here in the States will probably be at least probably closer to $20.
Yeah. Cashews are
easy.
expensive here.
So you had everything in this Carriacou market that you need. I mean, when I mean everything, whatever you
We
can
just talked about
imagine
the
you
food.
needed.
There were bras hanging, belts, washcloths, sandals,
I mean, card
dresses,
stuff that you need. I mean, tire, whatever.
everything.
Everything.
Crazy.
So
One-stop shop for real.
so that's
Walmart
number
on steroids.
on steroids. So that's number 3, the Carriacou market. Number 4 we'll go with was just the colorful, I guess the fashion, the dress.
Yeah, that was one of my 10 favorites. I like expressive art, and fashion and clothing is a way to express yourself in colorful, happy, bright things. So as you can see, so I got this when I was in Dar Es Salaam, and I love African fashion because of all of the color and the patterns and the textures and the prints are so creative. I love that about African attire. So of course we were able to get that when we were there in Dar es Salaam.
Yes, and I agree with everything she said. Love the fashion. Love the fashion. Number 5 is the cost of living. Cost of living in Tanzania is just, ridiculous. When you can
Ridiculously good.
ridiculously good
In a good way.
in a good way. We talked. So you had of course the restaurants were. The pricing in the restaurants was just.
A family of 5 eating out, we did not break the bank. The most expensive meal we had was $60, around $62.
I don't even know if. That was with. That was 6
of
people
us.
because it was us 5. My wife and I, our 3 children. My mother went with us.
7.
So that was 6
And
of
our
us.
driver, she was included in that meal.
Oh, in that particular meal.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
and
that
our
was 7
driver.
of us for about $62.
$62.
Appetizers and entrees
Drinks.
and the fresh drinks.
Yes.
The fresh juices.
The cheapest was
30.
30. It was like 36. That's when we went to, I think, the Red Onion.
Was that the least expensive? The red
Yes.
onion was the least expensive one?
Yes, and we'll get to that when we talk about restaurants.
But
So
yeah,
cost
you
of
can eat
living.
out good fresh food inexpensively.
The food was inexpensive at the restaurants. Of course, the fruits and everything was inexpensive. Getting around town, the Ubers. So we could go from our Airbnb to another side of town, and it would be. I think the most we paid was about $6 for an Uber. $6 for an Uber here in the States will not it won't get me to the curb.
Do you remember approximately how many miles that $6 ride was?
It was probably about 12 miles.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Going from here to, downtown, it would be,
30 something.
yeah, easy.
So that,
Housing, just all
But
of
there
that.
are some things that are a little bit more expensive and out of reach. Like we couldn't find almond milk or cashew milk or any. And then I think she said if you did, it would be quite expensive because it's not a common.
Well, we found almond milk. The thing is, there are something. Of course, the things that are imported are going to be more expensive.
So we want to be clear about that.
Right. So if you're anytime you go into the grocery store, it's going to be a little bit more expensive anyway. And the things compared to the outside markets, and anything that is imported, anything that comes from the States is going to be more expensive. And so the cereal, as a matter of fact, the almond milk.
I wanted some granola cereal so bad.
The almond milk was $9.
We ate no cereal that week.
None. We had oatmeal.
We had fresh fruit and oatmeal. Every
Oatmeal.
morning.
But that oatmeal was the
really liked
best oatmeal that I've ever
It's like,
tasted.
It's okay.
And I mean, it was a hearty, and it didn't have to have a lot of sweetener.
I told him it reminded me of muesli, if you're
Yes.
familiar with that. It had extra grains in it. You felt like you were getting a little bit more bulk and nourishment and nutrition.
Yes, it was
there.
delicious.
Loved
okay.
it. The kids liked it too. With the
And I
honey.
really hate that I didn't get any of that to bring back, because I wanted to bring some of that back. That stuff was delicious.
So what else, cost of living wise, honey? We did clothing shopping. So in the outside
yes.
market and then other Maasai markets, you can bargain and negotiate the prices of getting items if you're not going into a retail store. They do a lot of negotiating, which makes it cheaper. You can
And
kinda
I
pay
mean,
what
make
you
it
want for
cheaper
something.
so the things that we purchased, I mean, the things that we got, I mean, of course, for instance, I got pants made.
That's another like. Wait till we get
Yes. Oh, but that's still the
that was
cost
my
of
bonus
living.
like.
That's still. We'll put that in this like right here. But
Okay.
the clothes. So we got so for my pants, I got 2 pair of pants custom made, tailored, and those pants were $10 each. That includes
Fabric
the fabric
and the labor.
and the labor, $10 each. And then on top of that, no, let me take that back. No, they weren't $10. They were almost 20.
We're coincident.
My son's was 8, and then Kelsey's dress was 10. That's what it was. Her dress.
It was 20.
No, because I got her dresses.
Right.
You got Kaya's and
Mine.
and yours.
Mm-hmm.
And so all of those, it was total for 2 pair of pants, my 2 pair of pants, my toddler son's pants, and one of my daughter's dresses. It was about maybe about almost $60 for all of those. I mean, and then I got some shirts that were really, really, really nice. I got them for like $15. I think maybe $15 each. I mean, it was
Now this is at the market where
the
you
Maasai
are actually-
market. Yes,
not
it
in
was
a
great.
Store.
It was great. So that was number 5. Number 6 was the warm weather.
It was more, and it was hot.
So that's kind of a like and a dislike.
Yeah.
But the warm weather, I mean, that kind of
The
goes
climate,
into
I guess
the
we'll say,
climate.
is a positive.
Yes. You don't have to worry about, having a coat. You can, as a matter of fact, that's one thing I didn't understand, is because it was such so hot and so warm, I was hot with a short sleeve shirt on, and there were some people who had long sleeve shirts on, and I don't know how they did it. I guess they just got used to it. Yeah.
I saw a woman with a wool scarf. I was like, why? Why do you have a scarf? And a wool one at that. They have lots of different kinds. Why do you feel like you need a scarf? It's not that. But yeah, the climate, the fact that it's consistently warm year round, it doesn't change. I mean,
Yes.
I personally like having 4 seasons. I think that's a part of the beauty of the variety of life that God has given us. But I enjoy myself more in warmer climates. So, I'm sure they like the fact that they have warm weather year round, especially because they have so many beaches right there, and you can always go to the beach, which is another one of my favorite things. These are a few of my favorite.
Number 7, you can get your hair and nails done on the low.
We talked about that in the other video. That's like game changer, cray, okay? Let me tell you, there's no reason for you not to have it together, ladies, in Tanzania, when you can get a manicure for $8. A good gel manicure for $8. That's definitely a like. Being able to inexpensively get your hair braided in protective styles and get a manicure and pedicure so inexpensively. I mean, I can't even bring myself to go and get my manicure and pedicure now. It's time. Now it's time for me to get another one. when I tell you I have started to head there a couple of times, and like I just can't bring myself to pay what they charge anymore. I'm gonna have to eventually or do it myself. But it's just so hard to go back to paying these crazy rates after you get it for so little.
Yeah. So number 8, you would find the streets lined with all kinds of shops and shopping. If whatever.
There's a lot of enterprise there.
A lot of enterprise. And as we spoke earlier about how, you can find pretty much anything you needed depending on where you were going. Because people would be, either if you're stuck in traffic, somebody's walking down the street with it and they got it on their head, they got it on their shoulder. You may ride by, 50 different markets on this one road. And so, like she said, a lot of enterprise, a lot of entrepreneurs there, which is another a lot of entrepreneurs. Yeah. Everybody's
Doing
got a hustle
for themselves.
And so
sure.
you don't see, or we didn't see, or we wouldn't know. But I don't think you would see a lot of homeless people or hungry people.
I saw a few. Let me put it this way. I saw a few that I assumed may have been. They might have just been chilling.
There were a lot of people chilling.
It was a whole lot of chilling. Like, y'all like got no job? It's straight 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Shouldn't you be at work?
But you know what? That is
10:45. Like what? You just standing. But like, babe, you know what I mean? They were just standing around.
Right, but I think that's another plus, another which this will be 8A. 8A and that is that because people are you see people just kind of just hanging out, just chilling or whatever. It just didn't seem like there was a
pressure
of, okay, I gotta, yes, you have those who are, making money, those who are hustling, those who are doing whatever. But then you had a lot of other folk who it just seemed like, listen, I mean, I'm going to enjoy life.
Yeah.
I'm going to enjoy life. And that was definitely a like. That was definitely a like. Number 9 is a like that I, added was that I believe stealing is uncommon there. So what do I mean?
Yes. What do you mean?
So what you would do is you would ride down the street and you would see markets that were closed and all the stuff is still out on the street.
The stores, yeah.
The stores, so you may see, furniture stores or people selling pots, or you may see, just all kind of others, markets or stores, whatever. And, it's, let's say, 10, 12, 1 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, when we came into Dar Es Salaam, and
pottery, vases, plants.
Just all kind of stuff. And it just, they're right there. And if you wanted to steal it, you could go, you can pack it up, put it in the back of your truck or whatever, and you can keep on moving. But you just didn't see that there.
You didn't. No, you didn't see a robbery in progress.
I didn't see any robberies in progress. But to see so many people doing it,
yeah,
where
things are just left out and set out for you to be able to get and purchase the next day when they
So it's
can't open shop again or something.
Right. So it's kind of like, okay, I don't need to lock anything up because it's going to be here tomorrow. Now, if you did the exact same thing here, all your stuff would be gone.
Yeah.
All of it.
And on eBay the next day.
On eBay the next day.
Create list, offer up, something. Etsy, yes, something. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So that was number 9. Stealing is uncommon. And number 10 is the restaurants. We ate good.
That food was so good.
We ate good in Dar Es Salaam.
Was so good.
Now
I miss it.
Let me tell you, I miss it too. The other day, last week, I was looking to try to find me some vegetarian Manchurian from one of these Indian restaurants. And let me tell you, I found one place that's near here. And what they wanted for it was not what we paid in Dar Es
We
Salaam.
have to unspoil our thinking now that we're back in the States. Got to get
That vegetarian Manchurian that we take, it was at the Red Onion at City Mall. It is on one of our previous videos. It was delicious. All right. I mean, that was the one where we paid, I think that was when we paid $36. All right. Now, all 6 of us ate, us 5 and my mother. All 6 of us ate.
And we didn't
we
hold
had
back. We ordered everything on the menu
appetizers.
we wanted.
We had, the juices and everything. $36, and it was
the waiter
like
was so nice. He was so nice and explained everything, all the ingredients, because we wanted to make sure there's no fish sauce, there aren't any eggs in this, are there? You know, he was very patient, so nice. The food was absolutely, it was fresh, made to order, everything. So restaurant wise, since that's our like, it took a while to get the food. Now let me say, if we were really hungry, it felt even longer. It did take some time, but once the food made it to the table and you started eating with your eyes, just seeing it come to the table and being put on the table, it was always worth the wait. And then once you tasted it, we were only disappointed one time when we went to that mall and ate at the restaurant that was on the outside of the mall.
Yes.
Just because the
At
menu
Millimani
thing
Mall.
was a little bit misleading. We thought we were getting veggie burgers and it was fried vegetables in flour paste or something like that.
Yeah.
And it said veggie burger on the thing.
and the veggie noodles too that I
had
had.
very little veggies. It had just bell pepper. That's it, right? And
It
onion.
had like bell pepper and
And onion.
onions.
And
and
he
I-
had asked specifically, does it
There's
have,
just some
does it have
broccoli,
cabbage and
some
broccoli in it?
cabbage.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, we got all that
But
for
that's
you.
a language barrier thing, I think so.
I don't know if it was
But
a language barrier. I
my
think that was
point
a
is-
lying barrier. But anyway, we're talking about likes today. So go ahead.
Yeah. So my point is that we were only disappointed one time after eating out all those days, at least 2 meals a day, some days, because we would
Yeah.
always eat breakfast at the condo, and then since we were out running around during the day,
We
we
eat
didn't go
lunch,
back to the
yeah.
condo and eat lunch. We would always eat out. Yes, so the menu, there was a lot of variety for us. A lot of times vegans travel and it's hard to find something to eat because there are a lot of fast food places and all you have is chicken wings and burgers. But because they grow a plethora of fruit and vegetables, they have lots of dishes that were, able to meet our dietary needs. And they had tofu. So
Yes, at Tai Kenai at Slipway Beach.
yeah, that was one of our favorite places.
Yes. So that was good. So, family, that concludes our video for today. Our 10 likes about our trip to Dar es Salaam. Our next video, we will do our 10 dislikes. Stay tuned.
Subscribe so that you know when we're putting new videos up. And if you like the information in this video, make sure you hit that like button.
Reclaiming our identity with the West family.